And welcome back to the channel. On this video I want to talk about not specifically this bike, but this bike is one of many bikes that are on-road / off-road e-bikes, and I wanted to talk about that on-road off-road e-bikes, and so we'll hop on and talk about it here. This is the Lyric Graffiti X, by the way, that I'm going to be riding and talking about. Not just this bike, but just in general, like I say, e-bikes that are on-road / off-road. And what I wanted to talk about is these on-road / off-road e-bikes. Are they really for both on-road and off-road? I mean, they claim that they are for that, but for example, the bike I'm riding right now, I don't think this is an off-road e-bike, and I didn't buy it for that. If I was going to buy a e-bike for off-roading, I would definitely go with a dirt bike, like a electric dirt bike, like a Saran, Talaria, that kind of bike. Definitely. I definitely would not be worried about pedals. I wouldn't want pedals on my bike if I'm doing off-roading. That's just me. But I don't see this bike here as an off-road. And one big reason why I don't see this bike as an off-road is because off-road is generally dirt trails or gravel, you know, like rough terrain and lots of hills. That's what I picture off-roading, and this bike is not built for that, in my opinion. It's got full suspension, which you definitely want to have for sure on a off-road bike, but it just doesn't have the torque on the takeoff. There's no power there, because I think if you're doing off-roading, you want instant power. You want to be able to climb up hills or get through rough terrain with some juice to the bike. This bike is okay for hills if you got a run, if you can take a run at the hill, but not from a stop. It's not great for that, and so that's why I would rule this one out. This is just me talking now. Somebody else may comment in the comments and say, you know, they've taken this bike off-roading and it's great, but like I say, I didn't buy it for that. If I do any off-roading at all, it would be very light off-roading. It wouldn't be anything serious. If I had time and had places that I could ride off-road, I would definitely not mind doing that. But like I say, it would not be with this bike. It would definitely be with a Saran, Talaria, Goat power bikes. They make a pretty good looking dirt bike. There's several companies now that have pretty good looking dirt bikes that are electric that I would definitely take a look at. So when you buy a bike though, an e-bike, and it says off-road, on-road / off-road, is the off-road really just so they can put in that faster speed, even though they know themselves, the companies, that it's not really an off-road bike? I mean, you want to have the right tires too for off-roading, and I think these tires would be fine, but I just don't see this bike as a real true off-road. Maybe a little light off-roading, like I say, but that's about it. But let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. Not just this bike, but any bike that says off-road. Do you really take it off-roading, true off-roading? Or are you mostly riding on paved trails or on the road, on the streets like I am? Like I say, if I was taking this one off-roading and there was any rough terrain or, you know, pretty good hills to climb, short steep hills and stuff like that, this bike would definitely not be the one for that. And I love this bike. I mean, this bike is awesome. So I'm just saying, for that style of riding or that kind of riding, in my opinion, this bike would not be for that. But yeah, what is like the off-road? I know they say bikes for on-road and then off-road it goes faster, but it's funny because really off-roading is not really where you want the speed. I actually think I'd rather have the speed on the road, because pretty hard on rough terrain to get going that fast. You need power, not speed, for off-roading. And no, I'm no expert in off-roading, but I don't think it takes a lot to realize that that would be the case. You're not going to be able to open the bike up and go 50 miles an hour or something. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting, some interesting topic today, because I thought about this, and I thought about it with the recent video that I just did talking about the new Aerial Rider X class. So one of the models for that is a off-road. But again, for that bike, even though I've not ridden it yet, or don't have it or anything, I'm saying yet because you never know, but I would not think of that bike as an off-road. I would think of it as a on-road, even though it says off-road. I don't know. To me, the real off-roads are dirt bikes. Just like I don't think they belong on-road, although they can do it. The dirt bikes are meant more for off-road. But the dirt bike, let's face it, is more capable of handling the on-road, as opposed to a bike that some companies claim is off-road that's not really an off-road bike. Unless they just mean off-road by not riding it on the road, but riding it on a bike trail. But even that, you're not going to use the speed, so why would you need to get... Because that's what they generally use, the off-road, and tell you that it goes X amount of speed off-road or on private property. And who the heck has the private property to ride these bikes? I mean, I don't know. I don't know anywhere private property. I don't own any private property that I could ride this. So good luck in trying to find that. Alright, well that's going to do it for this video. I wanted to talk a little bit about on-road / off-road e-bikes, because I really think when they say off-road and the speed that the bike goes, that's more for on-road, in my opinion. The bike needs that power for off-road, not speed so much. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much for doing that. Just hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you would like to comment on this video or any others, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Maybe you have thoughts on off-road bikes and what you think an off-road bike should be capable of as far as speed or power or whichever. And yeah, leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe, out there and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.